The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Prime Minister is not worth the cost or the division after 8 years. Panicking under pressure from MPs in a region where he's plummeting in the polls, he'd paused the tax for some people in some places, but his minister said that other people should have voted Liberal if they wanted the same break. Now the panicking Prime Minister is further dividing the country with the confirmation from his Environment Minister that he's now in a coalition with the Bloc, the Separatist Party. So we have a costly carbon tax coalition that includes the Separatists. What did he promise the Separatists to get them to sign on to keeping him in power for 2 more years?
Le très honorable Premier Ministre.
The right honourable Prime Minister.
Only division in this country as to whether or not we should be doing everything we can to fight climate change is within the Conservative Party. The Canadians are unequivocal that we need to fight climate change and we need to support Canadians through that. That's why our price on pollution returns hundreds of dollars every 3 months to the average family of 4 while fighting climate change and watching our curve bend faster over the past 2 years than the other G7 countries. We will continue to hold Canadians together as we fight climate change while Conservatives continue to bring us backwards.
Hear, hear.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister's own Environment Commissioner confirmed he will not hit his own targets, and the Prime Minister has admitted that his carbon tax is not worth the cost for oil-heated homes. Now, he did that to save his political hide, but his desperation went one step further this week when he relied on the Separatists to vote with him to quadruple the tax on home heating for everyone else in Canada. So the question is very clear. What did he promise the Separatists to get their support to save his political hide and quadruple his tax?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, no matter how much the Conservatives try to deny it, every single day in this country we get closer to never using coal to generate electricity again. And now, Mr. Speaker, we're choosing to phase out home heating oil, which is dirtier, more expensive, and disproportionately relied on by lower-income Canadians. The Conservatives may try to make up all the stuff they like, but the reality is replacing home heating oil is good for Canadians when we put in heat pumps, and that's exactly what we're doing.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, after 8 years, he hasn't eliminated coal-fired electricity. He hasn't eliminated oil-powered heating in homes, and his carbon tax will not allow him to meet his own GHG targets, according to his Environment Commissioner. Now, that is the reality, that his carbon tax is not worth the cost. And that's why people, all 10 premiers, Conservative, Liberal, and NDP, are calling for him to take the tax off so Canadians will keep the heat on. Will he be fair to all Canadians, or will he sign on with the Separatists to divide our country some more?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
I have to admit I'm a little worried for the Leader of the Opposition. When he has to stoop to bringing up the Separatist Boogeyman to try and scare Canadians, he must be running out of material. The fact of the matter is, Mr. Speaker, Canadians are afraid of climate change. They're afraid of the extreme weather events. They're afraid of the concerns we have about a brighter future. And what we are doing is fighting climate change every day while we build a stronger economy with greater careers, while we support Canadians every single day with the high costs of living. This is what we're delivering. He has no plan to fight climate change, no plan for the future of the economy, no plan for Canadians.
Colleagues, I'm going to ask colleagues to I'm going to ask all honourable colleagues to please refrain from making noises while a member or one of our colleagues has the floor. It's important for us to hear the questions. It's important for us to hear the answers.
The Honourable Member for Belleuil-Chambly. Mr. Speaker, this morning the Prime Minister repeated the government's stance regarding asking Israel for a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. And this stance has been called for many countries and organizations across the world. But Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening to repeated calls for a ceasefire, even Anthony Blinken's calls. So Israel's attitude is truly deplorable. Would the Prime Minister agree that it's time to call for a ceasefire? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, we are asking for a humanitarian pause. That would help get the hostages out of Israel, out of the Gaza Strip, as well as others who are citizens of other countries out of Gaza. And it would also allow for humanitarian aid to get to Gaza. We need, in order to get humanitarian help, to support that. We need to support a two-state solution. We need to put an end to all this conflict because the images we're seeing on TV every night are heartbreaking to Canadians and to everyone in the world. And we need to continue to work for the peace and security of all. The Honourable Member for Belleuil-Chambly. Well, I regret to observe that the State of Israel, in fact, has broken the trust that the international community had in them. The international